Hi, it's Lauren. I feel like I've done this video about 12 million times by now. I just want to get a good take. I have 3 points about Hannibal. Not about the show itself, although I adore the show to death, but about the fandom. First of all, real fans versus fake fans. Second of all, the Sherlock fandom with the Hannibal fandom. And third, the role of the disturbing content in the show and in the media in general. So, real fans versus fake fans. Fake fans don't exist. People don't pretend to like things if they don't like them because there's no point. You know, and maybe there are women who came into Hannibal because they found Mads Mikkelsen attractive. I don't know why they would. He has a weird face. I'm gay, so I guess my opinion on that doesn't make much of a difference. But just because a woman likes something does not mean it's because she's attracted to a man. That's not the way it works. Because women are allowed to like things. Women are allowed to like horror. Women are allowed to enjoy things that are not chick flicks without being fake. And second of all, most of the people who are accusing, especially women, of being fake fans and because they didn't see the movies should be aware that there were books before the movies and you usually didn't read them. So, shut up. Sherlock fandom. So Sherlock and its fandom have some huge issues. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I actually really like Sherlock. But Sherlock has very weak female characters. When they are even there, they are passive and just not strong at all. And it sort of takes mental illness, including addiction, quite lightly, which is problematic. You know, because you don't need to talk about it, but what's problematic is that the fandom has then taken it and run with it and romanticized the shit out of sociopathy, out of addiction, and out of just sort of the general brain disorders. Which is really a big problem, because it's not that Hannibal and Sherlock are incompatible fandoms. If you've ever read A Loss of Flesh and Soul, which is a crossover between Silence of the Lambs and Sherlock, in which basically John is Will Graham and Sherlock is Hannibal, and it's sort of, I don't know, honestly, just take my word for it, it's actually a really good fic. But there are huge problems in the Sherlock fandom that I feel like the Hannibal fandom is susceptible to. But it's such an intellectual show and it doesn't deserve them. And its female characters have so much agency and are so strong, and the death of some of these women in, you know, the murders is never sexualized, and the discussion of mental illness is so honest and so fascinating that if these problems were to come into the Hannibal fandom, it would ruin Hannibal for me, and it would ruin Hannibal for a lot of people, and that's something we're afraid of. It's not like we hate Sherlock fans, and it's not like I am also a Sherlock fan, and it's not like the Sherlock fan and the Sherlock fandom and the Hannibal fandom hate each other. It's that there are huge problems in one that we're terrified of spilling into the other. And it's not all Sherlock fans, it's segments of the Sherlock fandom. My third point, I was going to talk about the sexualization of violence against women, which is different between, there's a difference between that and sexual violence against women. But I'm just going to link you to an article I read today, which is down there. Technically it's a Tumblr post, but it's basically an article. So I'm just going to link you to that on that topic, but sort of my spin-off from that was going to be about disturbing content and gore in the media. And I've seen a couple posts recently about different things, you know, specifically about Carla with Misha Collins, because you know, some of his fans are like, please don't watch it, Misha doesn't want you to watch it, and then some of his fans are like, but Misha is in it, and there's a fight between those two people. And I'm not taking a stance on Carla right now in this video. I don't feel there's a point of that, although my stance is don't watch Carla. because it's a ridiculously insensitive film, and Misha doesn't want you to. But in regards, sorry for that little off topic, to the fact that a lot of people, when saying don't watch Carla, say it has a lot of disturbing content, therefore you shouldn't watch it. And this applies to a lot of stuff, and, you know, I've heard it applied to Hannibal. Just because something is disturbing doesn't mean it's wrong. Well, doesn't mean it's wrong to see it. If something is disturbing, it could very well be wrong. Rape is disturbing, it's also wrong. Having rape portrayed in the media is disturbing, but it's not always wrong. I can't rack my brain for an example right now, I'm so sorry, but my point is about, like, these gruesome murders in Hannibal. They're disturbing, and to do them in real life would be wrong. But they're disturbing for a reason, for a narrative reason, and there's no reason to say something is wrong because it is disturbing. I feel like I'm going around in circles with this point, but it's really hard for me to explain. Because something can be wonderful and cute and happy, and it can be worthless. But something can be horrible and disturbing and dark and actually say something. I feel like that's what I'm trying to get across here, is disturbing content is not wrong if it's disturbing for a reason. And in Hannibal, it's disturbing for a reason. And in Carla, it's disturbing for shock value. So there's a huge difference. I think that's all I have to say on the matter. I'm not going to keep trying to rack my brain for ways to explain this, because I'm just going to ramble on, and it's already been a 7-minute video. So, discuss. I love you all. Bye-bye.